What's up, everyone? Today we are working on the Powerstroke. I have got H&S Mini Maxx. Hope I can get a hold of it there. H&S Mini Maxx tuner for the truck. I also picked up an additional mount that mounts just on the dash right here. So I think that'll look a lot better than just the normal one that sticks to the window. I don't really like those, and they normally fall off anyway. So we'll go with this. It should go pretty well. Hopefully you guys stick around to the end of the video. I will do comparisons between the stock tune, because you can just run the stock tune even though the tuner's installed. You can just push the button, shift on the fly even, and just switch right down to the stock tune. So we'll go through all the separate tunes and see what it does for us. First thing I'm going to do is run the wire itself. So there is an option on here. You can see that switch right there. So you can switch it between being on with the ignition or just always on, which I don't know why you'd want it always on, but we do have the wire to connect underneath the dash so that we will actually have hot with ignition. And I'll show you guys that wire here in a little bit when we get to wiring this up. All right, if you guys look under the dash, you can see you got your OBD2 port just right there, and just this bundle of wires. So these are all factory wires. This is how it was from the factory. I did remove a piece of tape that was holding them up, but we'll zip tie those up instead. The wire that you guys are looking for is this one right here. It is a solid purple, right there. Okay. So this wire right here, it's got that cap on it. It is a solid purple wire. There's a couple wires under here that have lines on them, different colors. This one is solid purple, and it's the only one that has this cap on it. That is the wire that we're looking for. So I'm gonna cut this end off of it, get it stripped back, get a connector on it, so we can plug that power wire in.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature.
So before I go any further with actually getting all this wired up, I mean, it's basically already wired, or basically already done. I want to get this plugged in. So we got that plugged in. I want to plug this in so that we know that it's actually hot with the ignition. So that is over on the key. That works. And it's back off. Now that we know that all of that is working, we can mount this. I've already wiped the dash off with alcohol, so we know that these are actually going to stick to it the best that they can. So that didn't stick at all. Since I need to go get some different adhesive, for right now I won't worry about that. We'll just get this thing programmed, and I'll go get that in a little while. So we're going to hit menu. We're going to go install download, turn the key to the off position, continue. We are installing it on a 6.4. Turn the key on.
Anxiety filling up every space, no privacy, and silently it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn, no closure, moving closer, no exposure, I just wanna be alone.
So I'm probably gonna stick with this middle one here. I don't know how well you guys can read that, but that top one is the Hot Damn 300 tune. So you can do 50, 125, 225, or 300. Being this still has stock head bolts, I don't know that I want to do that 300. I mean, I do, but I also don't. I think I'm not going to do that one. I think I'm going to stick with this middle one for now. I mean, I guess it's also so it gives me a stock option, so I can compare the stock to the additional tunes. So even though we'll be on the highest tune, this 250, it isn't going to be the highest tune I could actually do. So for right now, we are going to stick with this one until we do some ARP head studs.
No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear Let the thoughts build up until I can't hear. That my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be.
Now you guys can set whatever gauges you want to see on here. I've got boost, trans temp, and speed. I do want to know what my battery is. This one's boost over here as well. So I might play around with it a little bit and change some of these settings, but I think this will be a pretty good one for now. So I'm gonna go get some 3M tape to actually get this thing attached so we can mount this properly. Now we can go test it.
I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this.
What do you guys think of that install? I like that a lot.
No luck, everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost.
I don't know if you guys can actually see me because it's kind of dark. If you can, then I guess excuse the hood being up. It's cold, so my hood's gonna be up for a little bit. Headed out to test this thing right now and see if we can get any kind of traction. I don't know if I told you guys already that this is a 2-wheel drive Superduty, so putting it down is not easy. So we're gonna try it on the stock tune. We'll see what it does, and we'll go from there. I know for a fact I'm not gonna be able to do a boosted launch, at least with the tune. With it stock, maybe, but probably not still, because it does not even try to get traction. So we'll head out here and we'll just see what we can do. All right, guys, we've got you pointed at the tuner here. So we're gonna turn the tune down all the way to stock, and we'll do a little burnout, clean the tires off a little, just see if we can put any power down. What I might do is just not even try do a boosted launch and just go from, like you were going from a stoplight, and just go. It might be the best way to get a good comparison between stock and performance. I don't know if that'll even work on performance, but we'll see. Get a little burnout, put a little rubber down. Maybe it'll help. We'll just try 0 to 60 and see what happens. Tune run, that's pretty good. Not too bad, pretty happy with that. Also with not doing a boosted launch, so I wasn't in boost when I left. So 7 seconds for a heavy truck not doing a boosted launch, not too bad for a stock truck. Let's turn it up to performance. Get back in here, performance testing. Try 0 to 60 again. Definitely saw an improvement on that run. I mean, it's not crazy. It was only, what, 0.7 seconds? But I was spinning basically the whole time during that run. So it probably would be faster if I was able to actually put down some power. I do want to try a boosted launch just to see if it works. I really doubt it, but we'll see. And maybe we'll do a 1/4 mile run just to see if we can. Well, that was kind of predictable. So we definitely can't do a boosted launch. I mean, that was barely a boosted launch. That was maybe 1,000 RPM, and it just lit the tires up immediately, which I'm sure you guys heard. We'll try again, but this time we won't do a boosted launch. We'll just do what we did on the last one and see if we can actually put it down. Through these stats with you. So on this run we did a 2.9 second 60-foot time. It was actually slower than that run that we aborted. The one that we aborted was a 1.9 second 60-foot, but I couldn't continue out that run because when it's spinning like that, the whole truck just goes sideways. It's not going to run a fast time. But on this run we did run a 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, which was actually our best time so far. 8th mile and speed 9.5 at 82, and the quarter mile 14 seconds flat at 104. So pretty happy with all these numbers. Obviously a boosted launch and actually having traction, not spinning the whole time. It's going to run a lot better. It feels like a really strong truck. So somewhere in the 13s is definitely a reasonable time for it. Well guys, that finishes up the install and the testing. It could have gone better, but I definitely knew that traction was going to be an issue for us. I have some ideas that'll help traction, so that'll hopefully actually help me get off the line. I know it's always going to be something that I'm going to be battling with as I add more performance modifications, that this thing is just going to have issues with getting traction. That's okay, it's something I knew going into it, but I'm definitely going to have fun with modifying it. So hopefully you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We will see you guys very soon.